Hello and welcome to Legacy IS Academy. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about urbanization transformation that is taking place in India. ठीक है, और इसमें क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स रहे हैं, what are the problems inclusive of financial decentralization or lack of financial availability, what are the incapacities that cities have developed over a period of time. That is what we will be discussing under this video. ठीक है, so this is a map discussing कि अभी हम लोग कहाँ हैं 2011 2011 सेंसस पे where were we in urbanization and where are we heading to in by 2031 in terms of urbanization. ठीक है, so there is going to be it is expected that India will face tremendous amount of urbanization in next 2 decades, less than one and a half decades में we are going to experience tremendous amount of urbanization. ठीक है, हमारे अर्बन सेंटर्स प्रोलिफरेट करेंगे एंड द पॉपुलेशन इन दीज अर्बन सेंटर्स आर आल्सो गोइंग टू प्रोलिफरेट. ठीक है, so India should be prepared that we should now, at least now we should be proceeding for a planned urbanization. ठीक है, और planned urbanization के लिए whatever be the requirements, all of that needs to be catered and we should be prepared for all of this. That is what some of the suggestions we'll be going through that in this video. ठीक है, so talking about the journey of urbanization that took place in India, if we talk about just after independence, the primary problems were how to improve the economy. तो agriculture industries वगैरह पे हम लोगों ने focus किया. हमारा intention, हमारा focus on urbanization started only around 1980s. ठीक है, by इंदिरा आवास योजना, late 1980s by राजीव गांधी आवास योजना. ठीक है, और even in fact post LPG reforms, post LPG reforms और LPG reforms के जब इफेक्ट दिखाई देने लगे, then we started thinking about urbanization more seriously. So 2005 में एक और स्कीम आई by the name JNNURM. ठीक है, ये था हमारा pre 2014, but 2014 के बाद से we have had a tremendous amount of investment in urban development. Ministry of Urban Development has carried out huge amount of investment to develop urban centers in India. For example, we have had smart cities, we have had Amrut Yojana, we have also had Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So cleanliness, sanitation, improvement of urban transport, development of housing facilities, clean water. अभी recently he launched हुआ है Jal Jeevan Mission to provide potable drinking water to every household. So now post 2014 I would say पिछले 10 सालों में 14 to 24 में we have immensely invested in urban centers. But in सभी चीजों में ये common problem क्या देखा जा रहा है कि the financial decentralization that was expected and the outcome that was expected was not in line, was not along the expected line. So financial decentralization कैसे usually जो schemes होते हैं, these are central sector schemes or centrally sponsored schemes. Now because urbanization is a state subject, this is a state subject, तो इसलिए सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का 100% इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं हो सकता है. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट यूजुअली इनिशिएट्स अ सेंट्रली sponsored scheme initiate करती है. That means some amount of funds will be kept with the central government, some amount of the funds will be disbursed by the central government, some amount of the funds will be disbursed by the state government. That is the meaning of a centrally sponsored scheme. ठीक है, इसके ऑल्टरनेटिव में वी हैव सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम. सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम्स वो होंगे जो कंप्लीटली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के फंडेड होंगे. ठीक है, तो ऑल दीज 3 स्कीम्स बाय नेम, ऑल दीज 3 स्कीम्स आर सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम. इसका मतलब कुछ फंड्स वर प्रोवाइडेड बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, some of the funds was to be given by the state government. ठीक है, so for all states which are in plain area, usually जो centrally sponsored scheme होता है उसका फंडिंग पैटर्न 60-40 के फॉर्म में रहता है. तो 60% फंड्स आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, 40% फंड्स शुड बी गिवन बाय द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. फॉर हिली एरियाज एंड बॉर्डर स्टेट्स के लिए द रेशियो टर्न्स आउट टू बी 90-10. ठीक है, so 90% of the funds shall be coming from the central government, 10% of the funds shall be given from the state government. तो अगर फंड्स 60-40 के फॉर्म में रहते हैं तो वी वर एक्सपेक्टिंग इट एटलीस्ट 60% ऑफ द फंड्स हैव टू बी गिवन बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, बट यूजुअली दिस वाज नॉट गिवन. देयर वर सो मच अमाउंट ऑफ कंडीशनैलिटीज इन्वॉल्वड कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इटसेल्फ had to survive with whatever funds it was supposed to generate, और कुछ फंड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से आ भी जाते थे, but not 60% of the funds. ठीक है, So that means itne conditionalities, even if we were calling it as a centrally sponsored scheme, all three of them are a centrally sponsored scheme. Centrally sponsored scheme मतलब central government भी भागीदार है, state government भी भागीदार है for implementation of that scheme, ठीक है. But the central government's financial decentralization doesn't take place in urban development. Although urban development itself is a state subject, तो state government के पास ये prerogative होना चाहिए. The state government should have the authority to decide कि which sector में where we have to invest, ठीक है. But ये prerogative, this authority, this independence of the state government is lost because they do not have sufficient amount of funds to prioritize. Then they start imitating whatever the central government does, और ये एक imitation model हो जाता है. Whatever central government has asked you to do, if all the states are doing this, then you imagine the plurality, the respect to the plurality that we will be giving in India, ठीक है. So we will, in this video we will also be talking about this problem, this incapacity of the states ki because of lack of funds they are not able to creatively invest in their states, ठीक है. But talking about continuation of the journey of urbanization, तो इतने जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हम लोगों ने किए इन टर्म्स ऑफ अर्बन डेवलपमेंट, उसकी वजह से हम लोग 1980 से लेकर के 2011 सेंसस में अप्रोक्सीमेटली दीज वर द मेजॉरिटी मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज ऑफ इंडिया, ठीक है. दीज आर द मेट्रोपॉलिटन सेंटर्स, और मेट्रोपॉलिटन सेंटर्स को हम लोगों को डेवलप करने की जरूरत है, ठीक है. So we learned this fact कि urban development is a state subject. Why we have kept it as state subject? Because there is a uniqueness in culture of every state, and if you have to inbreed the economy of that particular state, you will have to fund the culture of that particular state. For example, Jammu Kashmir के लिए you have shawls or muslin or pashmina, ठीक है. So these are some of the kind of fabric which is restricted to Jammu Kashmir. तो इसलिए this is very important. The Jammu Kashmir, although not being a state currently, but all in all I'm trying to say कि हर एक स्टेट का एक अपना क्रिएटिव कल्चर होता है. गुजरात हैज इट्स ओन कल्चर, कर्नाटका हैज इट्स ओन कल्चर. So if we are expecting the state to develop its economy, it should also be given an independence that it has to develop its own economy along its culture. For example, MP के लिए it is more important that they will have to develop their natural resources, क्योंकि उनके पास बहुत सारे protected areas है. It is imperative for MP to develop its natural resources, ठीक है. तो उनको अगर आप investments के लिए funds दोगे, if the central government is granting funds to the state government, तो MP will be investing in natural resources, ठीक है. Kerala will be investing in tourism of the backwaters, of the lagoons, ठीक है. So हर एक state के पास एक अपना creative independence होता है to carry out economic development, but due to shortage of funds, because of shortage of funds, they are not ready to be creative, and they just try to imitate whatever the central government has asked them to do. For example, you need to develop along the lines of sanitation, housing, clean water, or clean air. For example, Indo-Gangetic Plain ke liye the priority shall be clean air. So whatever the central government has asked them to do, they will start working along those lines. The investments will also be along those lines. तो इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या हो जाता है? The uniqueness of every state is killed, ठीक है. So that is the problem with respect to urban development, lack of financial decentralization, ठीक है. If we go by examples, तो केरला और कर्नाटका के साथ जो urbanization का process चल रहा है, the urbanization being witnessed by Kerala and Karnataka is in this form that you have rural urban continuum. So in Kerala, the CM was stating that we call this as a single city. Why single city? Because you clearly cannot define where the city ends and where the rural area begins, ठीक है. Similarly, talking about Gujarat, Gujarat में core area है which is relatively more dominant by rich, and the peripheries of the urban centers are majorly dominated by the poor. But I'm again telling you कि हर एक state का, see the water and sanitation facility. If Swachh Bharat Abhiyan मतलब equally provides funds to every state, ठीक है, तो not every state requires investment in Swachh Bharat, or not every state requires investment in wash facilities. It is only these centers which are demanding funds. उनको ज्यादा जरूरत है that they should be spending their funds in development of wash facilities, क्योंकि lack of wash facilities can lead to so many number of diseases and definitely less availability of metropolitan centers, ठीक है. On the other hand, इनको जरूरत नहीं है wash facilities के लिए. Overall wash conditions are very healthy in case of Kerala, Goa, Karnataka. तो ये सभी स्टेट्स में ये सब बहुत ज्यादा हेल्दी। ऑन द अदर हैंड वॉश फैसिलिटीज आर वेरी वेरी लो इन दीज स्टेट्स, ठीक है। तो आप किस स्कीम में कितना पैसा किस स्टेट में अलोकेट कर रहे हो, अंडर व्हाट स्कीम, हाउ मच अमाउंट ऑफ मनी इज बीइंग एलोकेटेड टू विच स्टेट, शुड बी डन इन अ वेरी वेरी कॉशियस मैनर, और वी विल टॉक अबाउट व्हाट आर द अदर सजेशंस, ठीक है। So talking about कि apart from wash facilities there is also the one problem कि जैसे हाउसिंग फैसिलिटी में प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना के अंदर फंड्स डिस्बर्स हो रहे हैं, ठीक है, but apart from this not every state requires house funds under housing facility, क्योंकि उनके यहाँ कल्चर है सोशल हाउसिंग का, कम्युनिटी बेस्ड हाउसिंग का, they do not want individual houses which is being granted by प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना, ठीक है। तो इन दैट केस इनको उसके फंड्स की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज दे मे नॉट बी नीडिंग फंड्स इन हाउसिंग सेक्टर, दे कैन कैरी आउट देयर ओन सोशल हाउसिंग, बट दे कैन नीड फंड्स इन सम अदर सेक्टर्स, लेट्स से क्लाइमेट चेंज के लिए दे नीड सम अदर फंड्स, ठीक है। तो इसलिए वी नीड टू बी वेरी वेरी कॉशियस कि किस तरीके के फंड एलोकेशन पे हम लोग जा रहे हैं, ठीक है। दिस इज एन एग्जांपल कि वेयर इज केरला स्टैंडिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट दिस बीइंग अ सिंगल सिटी, so we do not have a clear cut demarcation. See, rest of the part of the western Kerala is actually a mountain. If not mountain, these are all urban centers, either a census town or a statutory town, but always a center, urban center, theek hai. But on the other hand, if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, largely a plain area, but not every area में we have been able to develop the urban centers, ठीक है। तो हर एक स्टेट का अपना कल्चरल मोड है to develop the urban centers. They have the geographical factors, they have economical factors, they have cultural factors कि क्यों किसी एरिया में you have development of urban centers, ठीक है। So in that case the suggestion is as per the newspaper the suggestion is कि जो funds का allocation हो रहा है उसमें 70% funds central government should hand it over to the state government and state government through states finance commission should hand it over to the municipality. तो ये जो इतना सारा फंड्स होगा ना, ये एक स्ट्रीमलाइन के फॉर्म में विदाउट एनी डिस्टर्बेंस विल बी हैंडेड ओवर टू द म्युनिसिपैलिटी एंड द म्युनिसिपैलिटीज विल बी एबल टू नर्चर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ दोज अर्बन सेंटर्स अलोंग दोज यूनिक लाइंस, ठीक है। इसके अलावा 30% फंड्स कैन बी केप्ट विद द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, 30% फंड्स सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अपने पास रखे, क्योंकि देयर आर सर्टेन प्रायोरिटीज व्हिच आर नेशनल प्रायोरिटीज, जैसे सिक्योरिटी हो सकता है, किसी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के लिए सिक्योरिटी इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रायोरिटी, ठीक है। तो सिक्योरिटी हो सकता है, क्लाइमेट चेंज हो सकता है, सो 30% ऑफ द फंड्स यू कीप इट विद योरसेल्फ and you invest along whatever lines you think is more appropriate for a particular state, but 70% state funds आपको state government को streamline form में दे देना चाहिए without any disruptions. This much amount of funds should be given, ठीक है। There is one more suggestion by the newspapers कि इनके पास ज्यादा अथॉरिटी होनी चाहिए to tax. Actually इनके साथ क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है, they themselves are not willing to tax. Secondly, they do not have sufficient amount of revenues sources to tax, ठीक है। एक तो state government when we were developing the third tier of governance, state government इनको sufficient independence नहीं दी कि आप इन सभी areas में taxation करो so that you will generate revenue and develop the municipal centers. तो प्रॉब्लम स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की भी तरफ से रहा, प्लस म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज आल्सो बिकॉज दे आर इन डायरेक्ट रिलेशनशिप विद द कॉमन पीपल देयर, सो दे डोंट वांट टू लूज आउट ऑन द इलेक्शंस, सो दे नेवर टैक्स. उनका अपना टैक्स रेवेन्यू जनरेटिंग पावर इज क्लोज टू 1%, ओनली 1%. अर्बन सेंटर्स जो डेवलप हो रहे हैं उसमें म्यूनिसिपैलिटी के टैक्सेशन रेवेन्यू का कंट्रीब्यूशन इज ओनली इन एंड अराउंड 1%. तो इसका मतलब म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज आर नॉट सफिशिएंटली टैक्सिंग द पीपल, ठीक है। तो दीज आर सम ऑफ द सजेशंस. एक तो बजट डिसबर्समेंट जो हो रहा है वो फ्रॉम सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, दैट इटसेल्फ इज प्रॉब्लमैटिक. यू आर नॉट गिविंग फंड्स in a streamlined manner. Secondly, state government also needs to increase the taxation power of the municipality. Thirdly, municipality itself should increase its political will and carry out taxation, ठीक है. तो all three stages में you can write suggestions from the central government, for the state government, for the central government as well as the municipality, ठीक है. अब ये क्यों करने की जरूरत है? One principal reason we understood कि urbanization का जो transition that we are experiencing by 2031, this is a huge amount of transformation that India is expecting to witness. But apart from this, it is also very very important to carry out financial decentralization, क्योंकि जो national bureaucracy होती है, national bureaucracy, this usually remains aloof, insulated from the common people. कॉमन पीपल, उनके प्रॉब्लम, उनका कल्चरल आइडेंटिटी से यूजुअली नेशनल ब्यूरोक्रेसी को बहुत ज्यादा मतलब नहीं रहता है. नेशनल ब्यूरोक्रेसी इज मोर कंसर्न्ड अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड नॉट ऑफ द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. तो इसका मतलब द नेशनल ब्यूरोक्रेसी डजंट एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड्स कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का क्या प्रॉब्लम है. तो इन दैट केस यू आर नॉट केपेबल ऑफ डिसाइडिंग कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को कहां पे फंड्स इन्वेस्ट करने चाहिए. The central government is not capable enough, or the central bureaucracy is not capable enough to decide, because every state, we understood कि हर एक state का अपना unique problems होते हैं. ठीक है. Secondly, this is also very very important because we need to respect the plurality, the uniqueness of the culture, uniqueness of every state को अगर आपको respect करना है, and we do not want uniformalization, एक यूनिफॉर्म फॉर्म में हर एक स्टेट दिखने लगे. if you do not want, if we have to respect this much amount of cultural diversity that we have in India, we will have to disburse funds differently for different states, or at least disburse the funds and let the states decide कि आपको किस एरिया में funds इन्वेस्ट करने की जरूरत है. ठीक है. So with that we come to the end of this video, and just a reminder that we are starting up with we will be starting up with free all India prelims test series, in which all the subjects, all the GS papers will be covered. It will be to the level of UPSC, same font, same format, same timing, so that you get a feel of the examination. It is very very essential, if you are taking the exam in 2025, it is very very essential that you keep attending such mock test which will give you a national ranking. And this is one such test that we are going to conduct. This is going to give you a national ranking जो actually आपको reality में ये बता पाए कि where are you standing in your preparation. ठीक है. So I would suggest all of you to take the free mock test. For further details, you can contact the number which is mentioned below. I wish you all the very best and thank you so much.